3, 2, 1. Mr. Yee, coach had a catch. Go get it.
When I graduated from college, I never dreamed that I'd actually become a teacher. In fact, I spent about 15 years as an engineer, an IT and business consultant and manager. Even though I enjoyed a lot of successes during those 15 years, I also endured 3 rounds of layoffs. I also had a failed business that also really weighed on me. I really lost my passion for that type of work and was lost as far as my vision was concerned. And so what I decided to do was something I thought was pretty radical. I spent about 6 months as a janitor at my local church because I really needed to get away and just do something different and something that took me away from everything. One of the things I learned during that time is I really had a deep passion and love to work with students. One person actually suggested that I work as a teacher, and I thought to myself, well, why not give that a shot? And so I actually signed up as a substitute teacher at Plano. I started working a lot at the senior high and had an opportunity to join Plano Senior, and I've been here ever since. So I've been here for about 10 years.
You can see that engineering background in part in his classroom because he has such an incredible attention to detail. He's taught almost every math course we have, but he's really specialized in the last few years in statistics. He has statistics so figured out that he will tell the kids, just do what I tell you and you will make it through this course. And he knows how to teach them how to study, how to teach them how to take notes. He knows that fine line of stretching kids, but also keeping it accessible at the same time. Kids come out of there feeling like they've truly grown academically and they're stronger intellectually and really better prepared for college.
Working in industry, I think, has given me a little different perspective on what I think students need to have to be successful out there. It's not necessarily just content knowledge, things such as being able to work through challenges and perseverance, communication skills, problem solving, so that collaboration, that teamwork I think is really, really important. The more we learn how to collaborate, the more we learn how to support each other, I think the more successful we'll all become.
He's also a great team player in the department. Teachers lined up for the opportunity to team teach with Bryan. He's just an empathetic human being, as well as incredibly knowledgeable about content and then also about instructional practices.
I need to think and consider how students are approaching the class and thinking about the class. These ideas that are a little bit abstract, I think, become a little bit more meaningful when it's put into a context that they understand and know very, very well. Got it? What were we wanting to see if the wheel is actually performing better? Hard to tell. That's why we actually perform some type of hypothesis test or confidence interval. Sometimes eyeballing it doesn't really tell you a whole lot, right? So think about HA for our match pair t-test. What is HA? What's our alternative hypotheses? This is really the last stop before they move on to adulthood. A lot of them are transitioning to college and to other careers, and one of the things I really want them to take away is some life skills, if you will. Communication, being able to work as a team, being able to persevere, to really drive things to completion, to pay attention to the details, and to ask discerning questions. I think those are all valuable skills that students need to have.
To be the Teacher of the Year on this campus is quite an accomplishment when you consider that we have over 200 teachers just on this campus alone. His wife Ellen is also a teacher on this campus in the special ed department. There was something in, what was being read, and all of a sudden, I think Ellen, his wife, was the first one to know, and she started crying, and then we all just started screaming, basically.
Secondary Teacher of the Year.
This is a huge honor. Thank you so much for this. Park Place Lexus really was very, very generous in allowing me to drive all summer long in a brand new car. That was an amazing experience. It was so much fun. When they drove the car around, I was shocked. I was amazed. It was a beautiful car. We took it all over the place. The Rangers game, the Rough Riders, the Blueberry Farm. My car is affectionately named the Go-Kart, so this was quite a stark contrast. I think one of the greatest rewards in teaching is when I find a student who is initially struggling with perhaps some of the content material and coming alongside with them and really just helping them to develop a plan and walk through the process of failure to success, helping them gain some confidence and some encouragement along the way. You get to work with so many students who are so talented, and the energy that they have really is contagious, and I really love that, and I really thrive on that. So I think that's what keeps me going and also makes teaching fun. This is actually where I belong. I really enjoyed the classroom, really enjoy the students. I think this is an amazing school to work at, and I definitely foresee myself working in education for a long time and retiring from it.
Our topic is the difference between mutually exclusive and independent and the techniques for proving independence.
Have you ever had the feeling that Mr. Yee is not who he says he is? That Bryan Yee's public persona is too good to be true? Me too. That's why we decided to investigate the true identity of Mr. Yee.
We only know a few things about Mr. Yee. We know he teaches statistics, we know he likes to drink Diet Coke, and he won teaching awards this year.
This means that Mr. Yee won, which also means that Mr. Yee didn't lose. That's because winning and losing are mutually exclusive. That is, winning and losing can't happen at the same time.